Alright everyone, welcome back. We are on part 3 of cutting up the cab and getting it ready. I cut up the sleeper this morning. I ended up just cutting the back panel out of it. We left the rivet detail on. There's some along the bottom and up here and along the top. And I turned it over because we're going to paint the other side, so I don't really want this marker to bleed through it. And I ended up just tracing here. Now we're going to go ahead and cut that to size, and well, it's probably going to fit not so snug. So we're going to take some of this little sheet styrene here, it's real thin stuff, and we're going to make a little backer of a couple little strips just to hold it in place to make sure it doesn't bend or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Alright, so we're going to go right to the edge here of this black line. And we're going to hold it tight, and we're going to give it a couple little snips with the knife. And then we'll do the others at the same time. Straight edge acts as a guide for the blade. And the backers that I'm going to put in the cab are just in case that I cut this too small. Alright, we've got a couple kinds of pliers. We've got these end cutters, and we've got just regular slip joint pliers. Sometimes these work, sometimes they don't. But they're good for the straight edge, just to snap it off. They work great for this, especially if the edge is already scored. You can snap it right off pretty easy. Almost fits right in. And there's a little gap on either side that I do notice. And I'll trim it up and then we'll try again. We'll check the gap. Alright, so we are back. We've got 3 strips, 2 for the sides, 1 for the top. We're going to go ahead and glue them in. We've got the edges all cleaned up, so I think we'll just glue them in with the tester's tube glue, maybe, because it's a little quicker than trying to use the extra thin. I'm not really used to using it yet, so. Okay, we have our cab backers all glued in now. Just a little repositioning left. The tester's glue seems to get that styrene in there pretty quick, and then it'll be ready for body work. And I think we will do the body work on this in the next video. I kind of want to keep the videos short, you know, just to not make people sit here so long watching over and over doing something. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and trim a little bit of this off where there was the bed actually would have went into these slots, so I'm going to trim off a little. They're just raised up, just making sure there's no high spots left. That looks pretty good, and we're going to go ahead and glue that on, and then I'm going to cut to doing the interior. Because we're all finished with this, I'm going to actually glue a piece of diamond plate down here so that you won't see it on the frame here. Alright, and I'm going to keep this little spot to the bottom here. I'll put a backer in here and in the back of both of them holes. And you're going to want to make sure that your back of your cab sits flush with the rest, or else you're going to have a strange looking fill job. Alright, so that's it. That's how you do a back panel. I guess there's one more thing that you could do, is if you wanted, you could cut and put a window in here. But I don't really want a window in mine, so we're not going to go that way. Like I said, in the next video we're going to do the fill work on this, and we're going to take it right to primer. So I'll show you what this is looking like. And there's still a little trimming to do on the back of this little base, but that's where we sit so far. And we're going to go ahead and skip right ahead to the interior right now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut the high spots off of the interior tub. I'm actually just going to leave it the way that it is for this build. I'm not going to get too carried away with it. I'm more worried about the outside and the fact that this actually does fit up in here. So you won't see it from the back, and you'll barely be able to see it when I'm done through the inside. So, all right, so that's it for this. This fits in here now. We're ready. The next video we're gonna take and we're gonna fill all this in. We're gonna put our backers, and we're gonna take it straight to primer. So thanks for watching, and I hope you stick around to watch the next part. This is gonna be a great series.